Hello buddies, welcome back to this masterclass for the beginner. This is your guy once again, the Wolf, and today guys we have a very special something to learn in Python. So welcome once again. Let's get started. So buddies, in the previous lesson we learned about tuples in Python, and still we learning about that. It's a quite long subtopic, but let's do it. So we're going to learn about how to access tuple items in that collection. So let's do it over here. So first of all, I'm just going to create a new file, maybe new Python file, and let me call it access tuple, just like that, items, and then I hit enter. There we go. So you can access tuple items by referring to the index number inside the square bracket, and this is one of the examples that I want to do here. So I'm just going to create this tuple, then assign it. To create a tuple, just remember you just put the square bracket just like that. Now you have a tuple, but with a list is where you put a square bracket. So you have to differentiate that, and you have to remember that tuples, they are unchangeable, they are ordered, so such a kind of little here tricks. So I'm just going to put some banana in here to create a tuple of fruit, banana, and then I add another one more, let's say apple, then add another one that is cherry, yeah, like that. So I've created a tuple of a fruit. So let's just print out it, find out whether it's going to give us something. So just going to say this tuple, copy it there and paste here. Then I can now print out how do we do that? This one. So I can even access index 1. So in this tuple I can access index 1, 2, 3, depending on how many items that you have in that tuple. So let me just run this. Yeah, there we go. We have apple. This is 1. What if I do 0 here? What will I get? A banana. Yeah, that's really true. So if I put 2 there, I get a cherry. So we can access them and print them using an index in that tuple. So remember that the first item has index 0, so this is index 0, 1, and 2, so on. So let's learn about negative indexing. So negative indexing means starts from the end. So we do a negative number, then we refer to the last item, and then if we say negative 2, we refer to the second last item, and if we say negative 3, you see, so on and so forth. So let's print the last items of a tuple. So let me just minimize this, and still we have this. So if I want to to print a negative number there. So let's just put a negative number and then 1, right? So which one will be printed out? So cherry. So that it actually starts from the last items from in a tuple. So yeah, that is it. So let's again learn about range of indexes. So you can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. So when specifying a range, the return value will be a new tuple with a specified item. So let's run a third and a fourth and a fifth items so that we can see what we can print. So I just want to add more here. So let me just add orange, and remember to put the string. So I'll add orange, then I can say kiwi again, and let's add melon, and let's add mango. Okay, so print this, and then we can run now a third, a fourth, and a fifth item. So how can we do that? We have, how many items do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7. So we want to run the second and fifth items. So how do we do that? Maybe we should put 2 here and something like that. So let's run this. Yes, you can see we have run a third, which is a third item here, a fourth, and a 50 kiwi here, and the rest is being ignored. So that's how we can do that. We can do that. So the search will start at index 2 included, and then end at index 5 not included. So you see index 5 is not included here. This is the, yeah. So remember that the first item has index 0, so we start from index 0. So let's see how by leaving out a start value and then check out whether the range will start from will start at the first items. So let's do this one example here to show us how to return the item from the beginning to the 2 but not included, that is the kiwi. So okay, again I have this, so I move this to here, and then now what will we find out? Banana, apple, cherry, orange, and kiwi. So the melon was left out. Wow, this is really awesome. So this has actually turned the item from the beginning to but not included kiwi. Okay, fine. And again, if we replace 2 here, then remove 5, so we get melon and a mango, and then the rest is not there. Let's find out. So we have a cherry. From the cherry, okay, yeah, you see now, cherry, orange. So actually left from here or left out, and if you do the opposite, you see that's how this actually works. So let's see how to do a range of a negative index. So actually, by specifying a negative index, if you want to start the search from the end of the tuple. So let's do this one example that we return the item from the index, let's say negative 4 included to index negative 1 excluded. So again, we have our foods here, let's add actually, which one? Okay, they are fine. So what I will do here is put a negative number here, -4, and then I put again -1. So this is the search. Oh, look at that. So we have orange kiwi from here, orange kiwi and the melon. So only this. So it means that these actually 4 excluded. Yeah, that is really fine, you know. Okay, let's check if item exists. So to determine if a specified item is present in a tuple, we use the in keyword. So let's find out, and let's still use this. And now we check, we use a if statement here, so we can check some of, let's say, banana, of which we know it's there. So I can say if banana in this tuple, copy this, copy that, and paste over there. So I'm just checking whether banana is in this tuple. If it's not there, or if it's there, say something. If it's not there, say something. So I'll just say print yes. Maybe I can print yes. It's a string, so I can just say yes, and maybe I can say apple. Yes, banana is in the fruits tuple. Just like that. It's easy. And then I can now run it. Yes, banana is in the fruit tuple. Let's change the, let's do something different, like banana. Is banana fruit? I don't know. No, not banana, but a cabbage. Whatever. I just wanted to create something which is not there. So if I run, oh, it's not there. So I should have even added. If it's not there, else. So I should have added else here. Okay, let's do again. Let's see how to update a tuple. So how do we update a tuple? So tuples are unchangeable, meaning that you cannot change, add, or remove item once the tuple is created. But there is some workarounds. So let's find out. So to change a tuple value, once a tuple is created, you cannot change its value. Tuple are unchangeable or immutable, as it's also called. Yeah, but there is a workaround, and you can convert the tuple into a list. So change the list and convert the list back into a tuple. So easy. It's easy as that. So let's do it. So we are converting a tuple into a list to be able to change it. Then we convert it back to a tuple. And then that is all. So I'm just going to, okay, let me still have this here. So let me create a variable called x and assign a list. And you know, a list is always created like a list. So this is how we create a list. And yeah, okay, this is let me say this is x now. Then I have my y, and now I have to assign this tuple. This is a tuple, right? And here I'm using a list constructor. This is a list constructor, remember that. So paste there, and then now it's returned as a list. It's funny. So if I say something like y, then print some index there, and let's say if now I can assign, you know, so I can put in some let's say that mango is not there. Let me just cut this off, and now I can put in here. So you see, so here I have a list, and in index 1 over there I have assigned a mango there. So I just wanted to come in here again. X is equal to tuple y. So again, this is a tuple constructor. So okay, there we go. So I can print just remember this. So I can print X, right? So you see here we had a tuple, and then I used a list constructor, and then I turned that tuple into a list, and then I assigned my mango in a list in an index 1, and then again from there I took my lists again, and then I used a tuple constructor, and then I converted back to tuple, which is X. So if I print X, or if I type here, I'll get it's a tuple. So let's run this. So you see, again, I don't know if this can work out. Let me just try. Okay, let's cut this off. Maybe I should type here. Yeah, let's see if it can tell us the type, whether it's a tuple or list. Yeah, you see, so the type of this is a tuple. So that's really good. So let's find out how we can add items in a tuple. So since tuples are immutable, they do not have an inbuilt-in append, you know. So that method is not there, but there is other ways to add item to a tuple. So first we just convert it to a list, just like the workaround for changing a tuple. You can convert it into a list, add your items, and convert it back to a tuple. So let's do it. Let's convert a tuple into a list, and then add orange, and then convert back into a tuple. So yeah, so we have this tuple here again. I can now call it this tuple. Fine. And then now I have this okay here. So I have my list constructor. Again, it's the same thing that we have done already. You can understand it in a better way. So another form of language. So here I have this. I've used a list constructor. I've changed the tuple into a list. And the next thing that I want to do, I want to use now append method. So I can append, then I can say append. So what should I append? A mango. So that one, there's a different rules here, but it's not that really, it's about signing. So append mango, and the mango should be in a string, yeah, just like that. And from there, now I can say this tuple now, copy that. So I can say y.append, and then this tuple is equal to tuple. Tuple y. So okay, so I changed it into a list, then I appended a mango in there, and again I used the tuple constructor to change that list into a tuple, this tuple. So yeah, that's it. So if I print out, what should we get on the console? So maybe I should print this tuple, this copy, paste. Now I've used it anyway. So yeah, let's print out and see. So it's a tuple, you can see. But again, if you want to print, you just have to remove this. yeah, there, and then run it again. So you can see we have the mango here, because the mango is the one that we added. And then the the real tuple here, we don't have mango. So that is it. So let's see how to add a tuple to a tuple. So you can allow to add tuple to a tuple. So if you want to add one item or many, create a new tuple with the items and add it to the existing tuple. So let's create one tuple with the value orange and then add that tuple. So I don't know how to pronounce this anyway. So let's have this tuple here, and let's just, okay, it's okay. Okay, I just wanted to change a little thing here now. It's now I put in some mango. Let me just remove this. Let's remove everything except the print. So here I just wanna assign orange again. Orange, and then I put a comment there, and then I can now come down here, and then again this tuple. Now this one here, copy this. You can say this tuple, add equal sign to y. Yeah, what have I done? That I just assigned in a very unique way over here. Okay, so then I print this tuple. So let me just print it. There we go, banana, and you see there is an orange there. This is another way of assigning. This is the tuple we have here, and then we created a variable, and then we assigned just like that instead of using append or the first example that we did. So one thing that you need to note is when creating a tuple with only one item, remember to include a comma after the item. You see this over here. So otherwise it will be identified as a tuple. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how to remove items. So you can also remove item in a tuple. So tuple are unchangeable. Remember that. So you cannot remove item from it, but you can use the same keywords as we use for changing and adding tuple items. So first of all, we just have to convert the tuple into a list, then you remove apple or a banana or an orange or a kiwi, and then convert it back into a tuple. So let's do that. Again, let's have a few of them here so that we. Okay, so I have this. First of all, let's convert it again, and now we can use this. Convert this. Actually, this is a tuple here, right? So print it here, paste over here, and then from here now use a list constructor, and then you see now you return a list, and now from a list we can remove. We can use that method to remove whatever we want to remove. So remove, and then we remove apple. So just copy this. I just want to remove this. So we should remove this, and then from here we can now tuple again. We got this, and then we can use a tuple constructor, of course, to return our list back to a tuple. Yeah, how do we do that? Yeah, this is our list, so it's back to our tuple. If we print out, we have our, yeah, we have removed apple. You can see that, or you can delete the tuple completely. So the del keyword can delete the tuple completely. When we do that, how long is the video? It's still okay. So I have this tuple here. I need to use a delete this tuple. Yeah, this here. copy that, paste here, and then for me, and I can say remove all this, print this tuple. What do you guess? What will happen here? Actually, this will raise an error because the tuple no longer exists. So let's run it. Yeah, it's an error because it's no longer exists. So that is all for today's guide, and thank you so much for joining this lesson. And if you find this useful, make sure you subscribe, you share with your friends and your pops and moms over down there. So thank you so much, and goodbye.